Okay, what's up YouTube? It's Tone Deaf here. I wanted to do a collection video, and I wanted to do it kind of in my own way. So I'm going to start out with colors. First up, we got the Green Clan. Look at all that. These were kind of some of my firsts, and I love the way green and black looks. So we'll start with my first one I got. The Hero Sword Nagamaki. This thing I think is $179. It is a long wrap katana basically, and has a Unokubi Sakuri blade profile. You can see here it's really thin, and then it gets thicker at the base of the spine. It is a T10 clay tempered blade. When I first got it, it was absolutely crazy sharp, super sharp. But yeah, this thing is pretty freaking cool. It's got a really nice grip to it, really thin handle. There's a lot of places you can index. It feels really good. It's got a Musashi Suba. Just nice, plain, simple fittings. Not real rayskin, but usually I don't care about that when it's black because I lacquer it anyway, and it makes it shine and look pretty good. But yeah, for $179, this thing is a machine. I used it a ton when I first got it. I still use it now and then just because I really like the style. When I first started, I kind of got really into the long wraps. Then I would buy shorter handled Suka. I ended up just really liking the way this one felt, and then I think it kind of translated into using the nodachi. So move right on to that. This is the Hero Sword Nagamaki. I'll put this one back. This is the Hanbon Forge nodachi off the rack. So I didn't really do any edits or customizations with this one. I really like the green color with the brass fittings. I just think it looks really nice. Kind of looks like to me it looks like the old woodblock paintings of samurai. Obviously they would do the white, but I really like the green and the black. This one's coming in at 35.6 inches. It's a nice long blade, but it's not impossible to wield. So if you're new to the hobby but you want to get a long blade, and maybe you already have a katana and you want like the idea, like the feel of a nodachi, this is a perfect one to get. This one came very sharp, easy to use, easy to maneuver. It does have some weight to it, so your cuts will go right through targets pretty quickly. But what's nice about it is it also features a bohea down the whole blade, so you get this nice kind of weight distribution. Just standard, classic kind of look. Nothing fancy on this one. It's a 1095 blade, like a spring steel or mono steel style. So, but yeah, this thing is held up. It has not been bad to me at all. It's gone through quite a bit, honestly. But yeah, I really like this thing. This is the Hanbon Forge nodachi. This one I think was $250 or $240, I can't remember. Pretty inexpensive for this big of a sword. This is my Royal Court tachi. You can pick this up on Amazon or RVA Katana. It goes by a couple different names. But this thing is wild. It's just absolutely crazy looking. The sori extends all the way through the suka, and into the blade, which I think just looks super cool. It's got that really kind of old school Heian period kind of atmosphere to it. Same style with the green wrapping. Kind of wanted it to match the rest of these. It is an M65 blade, which I believe is a spring steel, so it can take a beating. Mine came nice and sharp. I haven't really used this one extensively, just because it's kind of on the shorter side. It's a 26-inch blade, but it's nice. It works really well. It's pretty popular. A couple other YouTubers have this style, and it's like the first tachi they've bought. I know Gargoyle Blade has this. A couple other people have this. But yeah, this thing is cool. This is a nice kind of unique sword. It's hard to find swords like just off a shelf that are this deep of a sori. It has a like metal koiguchi, which when you're using it is actually pretty nice because it stays really fit. There's no saya rattle whatsoever, which for, I believe this was only 170. That's amazing. So it's a good sword. These look super cool. I haven't unlaced this because I don't want to. It basically is the tachi look with the straps here. So yeah, it's really cool to have like an actual kind of court tachi. But yeah, I really like this one. But yeah, it goes with the green. This one here is a Shobuzukuri. Now, when I got this one, I got it off eBay. It's just one of those random retailers. I thought that the Shobu was going to be more pronounced, but in reality, it's just kind of a Shinogi Sakuri without any sort of definition here. Still like the blade though. It is a T10 clay tempered. It's got very similar fittings to the rest of these swords. Very durable. One thing I like about it is the suka has a little bit of curve to it. I don't know if you can see that. It kind of extends past the blade. Some of the other swords I have are like the blade itself is curved, but then the suka is just straight, which is cool, and it gives a totally different feel. But this one kind of is similar to the tachi, where the sori starts in the tang and moves up the blade. My favorite part about this sword is the saya. It's got that just unique kind of fitting to it. It's also nice because it's got the ishime, so you don't leave fingerprints when you're messing with it. It originally just had like a green sageo. I added the gray one because I thought it looked really unique. But yeah, this one is cool. I picked this one off eBay for 110, so very cheap. Good deal. Unique sword. I just love the way this one looks. I don't really use it very often, but it looks awesome sitting on a shelf, so it makes me happy to have this in the collection. This one was a Shobuzukuri that I thought was going to look better, so when I got it I was a little disappointed in the way that the tip looked. I ended up picking up a different Shobu that's closer to what most of the Japanese swords look like, where it is a refined ridge line. But yeah, this one's cool. It's definitely a good katana. Just like a standard, nice looking katana. It's kind of easier to see almost with the saya, but the curve extends and there's a little bit more shaping to it, so it gets a little bit thinner at the bottom than it does at the top. And my cat. This is the infamous cold steel dragonfly katana. I love this thing. I think it's so cool looking. It's a wild looking blade. A whole lot of sori on this actually. It starts here in the suka. The suka is actually really well shaped. It's got kind of a taper, so it's wide here, thin here, and then wide here, which feels really, really good in the hands. This is a heavy blade. It's 3.5 pounds, and yeah, it's kind of a beast. Has a unique unokubizukuri geometry. It's kind of cool because the way that they polished it, it's got a mirror finish here, and then it's kind of a satin gray where the edge is. So it actually has some dimension to it, and it makes it look a little bit more unique than just like a standard mirror polish. I really like this thing. I got this one for only $200. Cold steel, it's way overpriced on their website. So if you're trying to get it, I would look at Amazon, or try to get it on SBG's website or any kind of third party. But it's not a bad sword. If you do plan on buying this, I recommend lacquering the Ito basically right away. It's a little bit more of a loose fit. I guess it's always been an issue with cold steel. So once I did that, there was no issues at all, and it's super comfortable to use. Nothing rattles. Something that's really cool about this one is the koiguchi is actually really well formed. The saya is shaped very well for the blade. It fits it really well, but it's actually a pretty thin saya, which is unique. It's not huge or annoying to use, and it fits really nice in an obi belt, even though it's a big fat sword. It's got a nice wide profile. But yeah, I like this sword a lot. Last but not least, the Muratoshi mat cutter, the famous one. I unfortunately didn't do a lot with this one. I found it to be kind of, I don't know, it's too light, but I love it because it's unique. Like all of my green handled swords have like a different geometry to them, so like a different kind of look. This one feels nice. I like the way that it feels in the hand. It's easy to use with one hand. Obviously, it's like a trick cutter sword, but I just haven't used it much. I don't pick it up often. A lot like the dragonfly, it's a unique blade, so it just looks cool to me. But yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this one. It's famous though. I mean, tons and tons of like backyard cutters have used this thing to do absolutely ridiculous work. The saya on this one is actually fitted pretty well, and it's got a cool look to it. It's nice and thin for being a bigger blade. But yeah, it's a Hirazukuri blade, and it's just cool. It's a cool one to have. But yeah, that's my collection. Hopefully you liked this video. It's kind of random and off the top. I didn't have anything scripted. But yeah, that's part one of the collection. I do have more, but this was the green collection. Thanks for watching.